Hey Moo Crew, we're back with another weekly roundup and we have been treated this week with all of our faves. Leah and Corey are on holiday in Scotland, Charlie Ann is in London and Abby ate for 20 hours straight. I am excited for your comments already, let's go.
It's the first full day back off holiday. I've had no food shopping delivered yet. I haven't got any milk to go on my Weetabix, so I'm just using water today. These chia seeds seem to be lasting forever. I accidentally poured too many in while I was trying to film, but that's okay. I mush them in and leave them to soak for a bit. The kids have both had bagels for their breakfast. I'm going to work today, so they're off to their grandma's.
This woman is so fascinating to me. As someone who grew up in poverty, my wow, I've made it moment was being able to buy fresh fruit without frantically moving money across my accounts. But this person has money, probably a lot of money with how much traction they get on TikTok, and they still choose to eat as if they are down to their last pennies. I know people say the rich stay rich by being frugal, but there has got to be a balance between being cheap and just not allowing yourself joy. These 2 Weetabix are 136 calories and 2 tablespoons of chia seeds are 116.
While I've been away, I've missed having my sort of pasta, so I'm going to do that for my dinner. I'm making enough for 2 portions, so I've got some to eat tomorrow. I'm terrible at eyeballing pasta, so I always weigh it. I have 75 grams-ish a portion. Before we go on holidays, we always try and eat the fridge down and eat the pantry down a bit, but that means that when we get home before the food shopping's arrived, the pantry's a bit bare. There was a tin of tuna in there wasn't any tinned veg or any fresh veg, so I'm just having to make do with this. I've got loads of seeds and nuts and things in the pantry from when I was making flapjack. I keep meaning to have a go at making my own granola with them because it's one of the kids' favourite breakfasts. It might be a bit odd putting seeds in pasta, but people always moan at me about not getting enough protein. These have got protein in and I like the taste of them. When there's not much in the house to eat, you have to get a bit inventive with the meals. Sad times that I'm out of my vegan mayo sachets now. I'm having to use the mayo that the rest of the family use.
In most of the UK, you have breakfast, lunch and dinner, but in the north of England, they call lunch dinner and dinner tea. It still throws me off, so I don't blame you guys for getting confused sometimes in the comments. There's a lot that could be said about this meal, but my only question is, who on earth mixes mayo into pasta on a plate? The pasta here is 278 calories, then we've got some tuna for 53, some pumpkin seeds for 36, and some light mayo for 80.
I head back to work after my dinner. I always fill my water bottle up at work to save using my water at home. One of the customers brought in some chocolates as a little thank you, so I'm having a couple of those for an afternoon snack. I love little acts of kindness like this. It's cheered us all up.
I honestly do think this must be rage bait because she just could not sound less cheery if she tried. 2 of these little chocolates are 80 calories.
I had a couple of cups of coffee at work today as well. This is what me and my husband had for tea. He had baked beans with his, but I had mushy peas with mine. I hardly ever have mushy peas because my husband and the kids don't like them. But I'm still in holiday mode. I'm treating myself.
Guys, really, I just want to give her a hug and a Deliveroo gift card. At least her mushy peas are making her happy. So we've got a chippy tea with the star of the show being the meat pasty. It's deep fried and made with really fatty meat, so it's 750 calories. Then we've got half a portion of chips for 250 and the mushy peas are 100. In total, this day comes to 1,879, but assuming that she usually cooks something for dinner that resembles what she had for lunch, I would imagine she is under her daily calorie goal quite often. I'll look out for a normal day of eating of hers for next week. I used to eat Rustler's burgers all the time as a kid, and now that I'm an adult, any meat that lasts for weeks and weeks in the fridge makes me very nervous. At 398 calories, you'd actually be better off going to McDonald's anyway. These Nesquik bars are a chocolate mousse inside a really thin layer of chocolate sponge, very top tier snack for 105 calories. Her actual breakfast is a sausage sandwich, and I swear I am not even in a bad mood today. These meals are just purposely testing me because this amount of brown sauce is unforgivable. The buttered bread is 290 calories and the sausages are 192. There is no way this is less than 4 tablespoons of sauce, so that's another 72, meaning she's already eaten over 1,000 calories at 8 a.m. She has a few more pre-lunch snacks. The Monster Munch, which are pickled onion flavoured claws, are 98 calories. The smoothie is 73, and then we've got 395 calories for an egg and cheese McMuffin and an orange juice from McDonald's. It's genuinely hard to dissect this day into regular meals, but if we make this lunch, we have 505 calories for a jacket potato with beans and cheese and 100 calories for a penguin cake bar. A Happy Meal with 4 chicken nuggets, a small chips and an orange juice is exactly 500 calories. I can't lie, the mini Squishmallow toys at the moment are very cute. The 4-fingered Kit Kat is 108 calories and the Iron Brew Extra is sugar-free, so only 5. This meal is basically the same as what she had for lunch, she's just mashed up the potato. One thing I've found interesting since moving to Scotland, a lot of their locally sourced cheddar cheese is dyed orange, so it looks like red Leicester, but it is cheddar. I do think this is more cheese than what she had at lunch, so in total it's 640 calories. Abby did recently have a baby, so I need one of you parents out there to tell me if being awake from 5 a.m. until 1 a.m. is realistic, because I absolutely could never. If you're new here, she does confirm in her comments that she eats the full packet of everything shown, and yes, we do debate in our comments if we believe her or not. The whole tub of sour cream Pringles is 967 calories, which actually does feel illegal because who in their right mind is exercising portion control once they pop a tube? The bag of caramel nibbles is 497, the tub of ice cream is 670, and the full fat Iron Brew is 139. The total for the day is 5,584 calories. I thought these Alani drinks were sparkling waters, so I hadn't been including them in my counts, but someone pointed out they're actually energy drinks and most flavours are around 15 calories. Can I just say, I love so much that 95% of the feedback I get is delivered in such a kind way, even when it is pointing out an error. I am a sensitive little cow, so I really do appreciate how we all talk in the comments. For breakfast, she has an egg scramble made with oil, egg whites, and turkey sausages for 236 calories. This matcha latte is from Alfred's Coffee. By default, it's made with whole milk for 180 calories, and the strawberry syrup adds 110. She had breakfast pretty early, so it's been around 8 hours since she's eaten at this point, and this lunch is very low calorie. The main calories come from the mozzarella cheese strings, which are 80 calories each, and the turkey sausage sticks, which are 40. She has a few pickles and some carrots for 19 calories and a tablespoon of hummus for 25. The poppy drink she has is the ginger lime flavour, and that is also 25 calories. I'm getting the impression the only meat she eats is turkey, because this is the third variation we've had. One courgette is 35 calories, the turkey mince, assuming it's not lean, is 330 calories, and half a jar of pasta sauce is 90. The total for this day is 1,385 calories, which is what someone actively trying to lose at least 1.5 pounds per week would be aiming for.
What I eat in a day as a 37-year-old who follows no diet, is not actively trying to lose weight, and does not demonise any types of food. Starting with breakfast, and I had a slice of toast with some clover, with some scrambled eggs, with the leftover bacon from the kids, bit of salt, bit of pepper, and then, of course, a coffee. Yes, it's red milk. Leave me alone. It's the only one I like.
You know what? After we saw that woman pour water on her Weetabix, I'm not even going to say it. This clover spread isn't real butter, so it's lower calorie, making the toast 132 calories. Assuming there were 2 eggs and 2 slices of back bacon, because streaky is not very common here in the UK, the scrambled egg mix is 310 calories, and the splash of skimmed milk is only 10.
You're horrible to me, you lot are. Then it was lunchtime, and I had leftover pizza from Domino's the night before. No, I don't warm it up. Is that controversial? I quite like cold pizza. And then I had a few grapes on the side. Weird combination, but you know.
At a UK Domino's, 2 slices is a quarter of a medium pizza, which is 12 inches, and for a margarita, that's 334 calories. Then she's got about 20 green and 20 red grapes, which I don't think is any weirder than having a sandwich with fruit, FYI, for 70 calories per bunch. I had always assumed that red grapes were more calories than green because rosé wine tends to be sweeter, but apparently that is not the case.
And they were really nice grapes. And then I filled my big water bottle up. I tried to have 2 of these a day, and I just had some sugar-free Vimto in that. And then dinner was Mayflower chicken curry with rice, green beans and salt and pepper chips.
I've never heard of Mayflower before, but I think it's just a brand of ready meal. Their chicken curry is 582 calories. Assuming that the salt and pepper chips are also a pre-packaged shop-bought option, one portion would be 260 calories, plus 240 for the white rice and 44 for the green beans.
And then my second bottle of that water. And then it was time for my supper, evening, snack, whatever you want to call it. And I had a cup of decaf tea and a massive bar of dairy milk. I'd love to say I only ate a couple of the squares, but I didn't. I ate the whole bar and I loved it. Done.
Let's be real, no one is sharing this size of chocolate bar, especially with prices going up and quantity shrinking, although at 588 calories, we probably should be. With this last evening snack, her total intake for the day is 2,486 calories.
What I eat in a day in London. We stayed in my favourite hotel, the Park Plaza in Victoria. And we had brekkie included. Lush. You know, half of my plate is going to be mushrooms. I got egg, hashi washis, saucy, bacon, the lot.
Guys, if Hassie Wassy put me on the edge, Saucy just tipped me right over it. The 2 eggs are 130 calories, a breakfast sausage is 180, the beans are 100, the hash brown is 140, the bacon is 90, and the mushrooms, which are cooked in butter, are 160. Altogether, this full English is 800 calories.
Brekkie was literally mil out of 10. We're being mega tourists today. After we went to Shrek's Adventure, I grabbed one of these hot dogs. They look so funny. They smell unreal. They smell like a circus. Do you know what I mean? It was actually boiling, biting into it.
I'm pretty sure that what she's drinking there is a vanilla milkshake with whipped cream. And since it's from an ice cream shop specifically, we'll assume it's made with full fat ice cream, whole milk, and vanilla syrup. So that would come out at around 750 calories. The hot dog is a foot long in a baguette-style bun that's about half the size for 620 calories.
After sea life, we grabbed some fish and chips. The worst fish and chips I've ever had in my life, can I add? This is the second time I've had a rubbish chippy in London, and it was 30 quid. What a rip-off.
I personally think that if you're expecting to get decent fish and chips anywhere other than the seaside, that's probably a little bit on you. It looks like her meal was the one with the chicken nuggets, so we've got 6 of those for 420 calories and 450 for the small portion of chips.
The end of the day going to London Dungeons, and then we got to Paddy Station. I always do a trip to M&S before the train home, and lo and behold, they had the viral cookies. Chocolate hazelnut, pistachio, and I think it was strawberry cheesecake. Oh my god, that chocolate one was heaven in my mouth. Spectacular, gave me 14 of them. The strawberry one was alright, it was nothing special. And then we tried the pistachio one. It wasn't for me, it wasn't my favourite. I actually went into M&S to get the 3 for $8. Started off with some anchovies on the train, yeah, and a cheeky savvy bee. They were 2 for $5. I thought that was mega cheap. The best thing about acrylics is being able to eat food like this, and those peppers were stunning.
I do have contamination OCD, so I'm relying on you guys to sanity check me here. But if you're going to spend the day on public transport and in tourist attractions in London and then spear your food with an inch-long bacteria breeding site, you might as well just eat it off the floor. The first cookie is actually raspberry cheesecake flavour and it's 441 calories. The pistachio one she only has half of, so that's 240. And I have to say, pistachio has always been one of my favourite flavours, so I am not mad at all about this new trend and would definitely eat this cookie. She has half of the cream cheese stuffed peppers for 101 calories and half of the anchovies, which are way too stinky to be acceptable on a train, for 133 calories. Ending this big day out on 3,955 calories.
In a day, Scottish food edition. Today me and Corey are trying everything Scottish before we head out the door. A full English breakfast for her.
Another day out and another full English breakfast, but this time from Edinburgh in Scotland. She has 1 egg for 65 calories, 2 sausages for 180 each, some beans for 200, 2 bacon rashers for 90 each, 2 hash browns for 140 each, and a piece of black pudding for 120. Black pudding is made from pig's blood, and whilst I was researching it, I learned that it's illegal to bring it into the USA, and it's also illegal to bring in haggis. You might think that is a great example of an unnecessary law, because who would pack haggis in their suitcase? But I will have you know that when I visited America, I made a pen pal, and I am absolutely the kind of person to send a food package. So this information is surprisingly vital.
Oh my god, I love black pudding. Being in the Premier Inn was so central. We love Edinburgh. We got a few things planned today. So we're up early. We're wearing our walking shoes. First up, we're going to get on the red bus.
Oop, that was my bad. I thought we were stopping at one breakfast, but I jumped the gun. I apologise. So with the full English, she also has a slice of buttered toast for 145 calories, a croissant for 230, and a mini Nutella packet for 81.
It's like an open-top tour guide, so it takes us around the city, see all the famous sites. We don't have to get off. They give you little headphones as well. We learned loads of facts. The best thing was you could have it horrible history style. To be fair, it was really interesting. It was a bit of a bumpy ride. It was so much fun. You can get on and off the buses for 24 hours. But now we're headed to Leith. Got on the tram. And we've met my little cuzzy Caris. We've come to this lush little spot for some lunch.
Abby had this exact meal in an earlier video, so we already know a jacket potato with cheese and beans is 505 calories. Then we've got a side salad for 40 and half a cup of coleslaw for 170.
I got a big tatty. Oh my word, look at the water. Spent a few hours with Caris and her boyfriend. Have a lovely little flat. So catching up on all the goss. Gone back to freshen up. We've come to Fair Play. Oh my word, this is so cool. It's about 15 quid entry. You get 2 games, 10 fairground games. It's so much fun. And if you get good scores, you can even win a duck. Now it's time for a chippy tea. Gone proper traditional. We got salt and sauce and deep fried haggis. It's gone for a Scotch pie. Wow, what a chippy. Salt and sauce is a traditional Edinburgh thing, and it's basically like watery brown sauce. And Corey's Scotch pie was lush, not wet with gravy. It's more meaty like a pork pie. The haggis was 10 out of 10, but it's only right we try a fried Mars bar. Corey went for the alternative option. He went for a fried crunchy. Oh my word, the Mars bar was lush. If I'm giving an honest rating, Corey's crunchy was better. All in all, it was a 10 out of 10 chippy tea. Scotland!
The mocktail from Fair Play is either the ring toss or the melon baller from the looks of it. Both of them are heavy on the syrup at 185 calories. A 500ml bottle of full-fat iron brew is 100 calories. Then the haggis is similar to the meat pie we saw earlier from the chippy, except it's deep fried, which adds another 150 calories, making it a whopping 900, paired with 450 calories of chips. You are not going to believe me on the next one, but I swear I confirmed it with at least 3 sources, and a deep fried Mars bar is indeed 1,200 calories. This means this day of eating comes out to 5,431 calories.
What I eat in a day is a reet fussy girl who will eat whatever she wants, whenever she wants. First call at day, Greg sausage roll for my brekkie. Brunch, whatever you want to call it, were like 11 AM. I had 2 sausage rolls, bar that last little sloppy bit of sausage. I'm very much back in my Greg sausage roll obsession phase.
I know I outed myself last week for being that embarrassing vegan that's like, try my Oatly chocolate milk, it tastes just like a milkshake. When really, it obviously tastes like slightly powdered chocolate water. But the one fake I genuinely stand by is the Greg's vegan sausage roll. If someone put 2 in front of me, I couldn't even tell the difference. These 2 regular ones are 660 calories.
Fixation of the week and all that, but after a while I do get the sausage ick from these sausages. But there is no way that pastry is going to waste, so I get all that round here. Put that Red Bull in freezer for half an hour's time, if you know then you know. And obviously we have to have something sweet straight after. Can you believe I thought a Yum Yum had cream in it? So I never tasted one until about 6 months ago. I can't believe what I've been missing out on. If Jack didn't eat my other one, I could have smashed the whole box in 2 seconds. Healthy girl snack at day, I had a bowl of grapes. I actually don't really like the red grapes, but I get them anyway. Green ones are nice, so really crunchy. I don't even know why I'm showing you this, because that is rank. On today's episode, I'm putting my big girl pants on and trying something new. I tasted beef jerky for the first time, and what I mean by that is I licked it. Not a fan. But note that a frozen Red Bull can't save day with.
She doesn't have a lunchtime meal, she just snacks across the afternoon. So we've got a Greg's Yum Yum for 323 calories, a small bowl of grapes for 20, a Red Bull for 223, and 3 packets of mini fridge raiders, which are just processed chicken bites for 43 calories each.
Creation that, and I actually don't have them that much anymore, so that hit the spot. I nailed all 3 packets of them fridge raiders. The packets are teeny. But my roast was taking too long and needed a pre-roast snack. And finally we served up with an actual meal. And for a fussy girl, what can I say? Not too bad, that, eh?
This has all the components of a classic roast dinner, but I will say the items are usually supersized compared to this. If you go to a Toby Carvery, which is an all-you-can-eat roast dinner buffet, the Yorkshire puddings are legitimately the size of your face, and the potatoes are at least a full quarter of a big potato. The Yorkshires here and the roast potatoes are 50 calories each, the veg is 55, and the mash is 250. It looks like 1.5 chicken breasts for 420 calories, then the whole plate is smothered in 60 calories of gravy.
I've been having roast for ages since it's been on, and I'm not mad about it all because this was like first ready day in ages, so it just made it taste 10 times better. And speaking of tasting 10 times better, let me tell you, best thing I ever did start baking. Some hobby to have when you've got a sweet tooth. Don't worry, this is the last you're going to see at Brookie. It was last one in box. I thought I'd try a different approach. I put it in microwave for 30 seconds. Bit of ice cream with it, no words, literally unreal.
This ice cream reminds me so much of my childhood. It's the cheapest stuff you can buy, and it comes in these huge 2-litre tubs, so anytime you'd go to a friend's house or a relative house where there were kids around, they would always crack out one of these bad boys. The half brownie half cookie creation is a pretty big square. A brownie from Starbucks is 450 calories, and that is just the same as the top half of this. So we'll add on another 350 for the cookie section, plus 130 for the ice cream scoop. This dessert brings the total for the day to 3,220 calories.
What I eat in a day as a mum who eats whatever she wants whenever she wants. I've not filmed one of these in over a week and I've missed it so much.
Toddler life has just been a lot recently, and Luca broke both of my tripods, so I was waiting for this one to come. And it finally came and we're back in business. I am actually sometimes terrified of being left alone with Luca because he just knows how to pull my strings.
But she does clarify later that she has a toddler, but for a second there I was like, is Luca the dog or a child? It's one of my favourite guessing games when someone says they're a mum, and so far the description fits both. Whole wheat bread is around 15 calories less per slice than normal bread. So for 2 slices with butter, it's 260 calories, plus 46 for a cup of tea with 1 sugar and oat milk.
I was absolutely saved by my best friend and her little girl. I do feel like parenting with another mum is so much easier than being on your own. Like, we actually managed to sit down and have lunch together with the toddlers, and if I was on my own with him, that would have never happened. Don't get me wrong, he did get up, but he did actually sit and eat first and let me eat as well. We ended up going to Walton Gardens and it was such a nice day, and this cafe was so nice.
I think it's a fair assumption that this iced latte probably has a syrup flavouring in it, and since she had oat milk for breakfast, I'm going to assume that's what it's made with, for 190 calories, which is what the same would be from Starbucks. Then these pizza slices also look exactly the same as the ones from the lady that had Domino's, so we'll match those calories at 334.
Both say that we were still really hungry after our lunch, and they had really nice brownies and desserts, but we just didn't have time for it. It's not very often that me and my boyfriend will get separate takeaways, but today we did. His did come before mine, so of course I had to steal one of his halloumi fries. If you do watch my videos, then you'll know I absolutely love a bar burrito, but this did come cold. I did still eat every single bit of it. I've been watching The Summer I Turned Pretty on Prime, and I am obsessed. It kind of feels like Vampire Diaries, but without the vampires. And one thing about me is I absolutely love Vampire Diaries.
I love it when the people in these videos talk about their actual day and not just the food they eat, because I am currently on season 2 of my 4th watch of the Vampire Diaries, Team Damon by the way, so we'll definitely be adding this to my watch list. She has one halloumi fry for 70 calories, then from Bar Burrito she has the tortilla chips for 378, and a burrito that is the loaded base, which includes avocado, for 576 calories, with what looks like the pulled pork filling for 206. The total intake for the day is 2,060 calories. So what did you think of this week? I love the summer months because I really enjoy videos of people on days out, especially when it's somewhere in the UK that I might actually visit. I have to say though, I didn't feel particularly influenced by anything I saw. For our Wednesday theme video, by popular request, we're going back to our roots with a what I eat in a day as a fat person. Obviously, it's not me calling them fat, it's what they call themselves in the video. Subscribe to make sure you don't miss it, and there might even be a little surprise before then.